Oh boy, the ASR light is off.
How's it going, guys, and welcome back to our restoration series for my 1991 Mercedes 500 SL that we're calling Vanilla Ice. Now, on the last video, we were able to diagnose some of the issues that were keeping us from getting this car started, idling, and really moving. We never got it to fully stay idled, but we did tackle some of the issues by swapping out one of the computer modules, the ECM. Now, as you can see, the car is moving, it's idling, and I'm very excited to move this car underneath our carport area so we can start diagnosing the other issues on this car. I'm going to go back and show you guys how we were able to get that ASR light to go away and what we're going to do to further make this car better. So let's go ahead and step back a few days ago when I was able to fix our ASR light issue that was occurring on Vanilla Ice. Now right here what I'm doing is swapping out the e-gas module from our parts car, and I'm going to move that over to Vanilla Ice. Now the issues that we were having was really bad throttle response, the idle was shooting way up, and also most of the time the car wouldn't start, or if it did start it would stall right out. So hopefully this is going to solve our issue, and as you guys saw, the ASR light went off and we were able to move the car. So let's move forward and see if we can resolve any of the other issues and start getting this car back on the road. So as you guys might have noticed earlier, there were a few more lights on the dash I wanted to see if I could resolve. So I started with the coolant tank, and I noticed there were a few pieces of metal down in there. So I got those out and I went ahead and topped off the coolant reservoir. Now don't worry guys, we're going to go ahead and flush this system later on. I just wanted to make sure I could get that light to come off the dash and keep the car from overheating. So after topping off the coolant reservoir, I moved on to filling up the windshield washer reservoir. And as you can see, it looks a little mucky, so we'll definitely come back to that. Now there's a vacuum leak I wanted to resolve. As you guys can see there, it turns the car off. So let's go ahead and swap that hose out, and then we'll jump back in the car to see if these dash lights have gone away. So, looks like our coolant light is off, but unfortunately the windshield washer and the suspension lights are on, so we'll have to come back to that. But I need to go figure out why I don't have power steering. I filled up the reservoir last night, and unfortunately it leaked out the bottom after starting the car. So, let's dive into that and figure out where that leak is coming from. So I kind of dove into this and looked around and realized I'm probably going to have to pull this pump out. I thought maybe this would be a pretty simple job, but moving forward I realized this is going to take some time. So let's go ahead and pull out all the bolts we can see, get online and look on some forums and figure out how this thing comes out so we can fix the leaks. Well guys, like I explained, there was a pretty significant leak in our power steering. I thought I would be able to dive into it, fix it pretty easily, or be able to swap a part from our parts car. And unfortunately, this is a very difficult job to get this thing out, and even just swapping out the hose that I'm about to show you that we had a break in. Now, what ended up happening is I snapped an Allen key tool into the last bolt that I needed to remove the entire casing. I'll show you guys a diagram on the screen now so you can see where that bolt is, because I can't really show you. And then stepping over here, this is the hose. It was completely dried out, brittle, and had many cracks in it. So that's where our big leak was coming from. And then I snapped this Allen key into that bolt. So the end of this Allen key is like that. So it has a little knob on it. And I went down to Lowe's and picked up this set. I think I can get a lot more grip with these, and I think these are going to be a lot more durable. But we have to get the piece of the tool that snapped out, and I've been trying to figure out exactly the best way, and I said, you know what, let me try a skinnier magnet, because the magnets I had wouldn't fit in there. I'm hoping this one fits down in there. So let's jump over there, see if we can get this thing resolved and get this part off and be able to swap it out and move on. Yes, success right away. That is awesome. So now we can get that new tool down in there and hopefully get this thing removed, because it's that one bolt that's holding this entire bracket in. And until I get that bracket off, we can't get to the back bolts to get the pump out. And I'll explain that all to you guys. I'll show you guys once it's all out. Yes. Well, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I am beat, super dirty, covered in all types of oil and fluids. Very discouraged right now, and I don't know what to do. I know I'm gonna get this. I know we're gonna get this, but I cannot get this thing out. I've pulled off every bolt. I've snapped things, and now I'm dealing with more broken stuff because this line, if you look at this thing right here, I can just break it with my hand, as you saw there. That's another line. It's either transmission or power steering. I'm guessing power steering, but that's this one right here inside that flex hose. And we're just gonna have to take it off the parts car or try to order a brand new one. But gosh, more and more stuff. But you know what? This is where most people quit. I'm not going to. I want to get this thing running good. I want to replace everything that needs to be replaced. And I want to see this car go to a good home if it doesn't stay with me. So we're going to keep moving forward. I'm going to fill you guys in. But man, I've gotten everything off that I can find. I've even gotten this. I thought I had to remove this because there's a hose line that was going across the front. We got our cap and rotor cover here. That was off. I don't know. I'm just going to keep moving forward and I'll fill you guys in. Like I said, we're going to get this, but I am beat. I'm cleaning up. I'm going to start organizing. I'm going home. Well, guys, finally got the pump housing out. Now, I am going to do a separate video because this was hell. I had to pull the compressor forward till I can finally see there was one more bolt at the very top on the inside. So you had to reach up. I mean, I'm talking, you had to have some skinny hands and you got to have some patience to get that last bolt out, but it is up in there. Finally, this thing came forward. You do not need to take the pump out, the assembly up front here. And I wish I didn't, but I wasn't sure if there was any hidden bolts behind that. But once you get this housing out, you can then take off the 2 Allen key bolts. And you can see I was attempting to get this one out and almost stripped it out. I think I can still get this since I've got this off now. But what a hell of a day. It's just day 3 on taking this pump housing assembly out. And I am beat. I might take a few days off and then finish doing this video because I want to get this back in. I want to get the alternator working. And I think I want to bleed the brakes so this car is completely running the way that I want it to before we move on. All right, finally some great news. This is the pump from our parts car, and it looks to be fully rebuilt. I cleaned it down. It looks beautiful. We can put it back into vanilla ice after changing out this O-ring and some other washers, and I think she's going to be good to go for a long time. So let's go ahead and do that. So, next thing to tackle is the alternator. Now, typically on these cars, the alternator is good. It's the voltage regulator that goes bad, but we know that the alternator in our parts car works. So the goal here is to pull them both out, put in a brand new voltage regulator in the parts car alternator, and install that one into vanilla ice. Let's go ahead and pull this out and take a look at the voltage regulator. And now, as you can see, they're definitely, so these are what wear down right here, and these should be much longer. And you can see one side is completely worn down, and if they don't make connection, you don't get a charge. So that is definitely our problem right there. So, since we've got to wait for these parts to arrive from Pelican Parts before we can move forward, I decided I wanted to finish off 2 more things before ending this video. And the first one is to clean the underside of this car using some Super Clean. Now, there are years of built-up grease and grime on this car, but man, does this Super Clean cut right through it, and it reveals some paint that I did not know was still gonna be there. So check this out, guys. Now let's move on to the final part of this video, and probably the most exciting and nervous part for me, and that's revealing the soft top. Now, it was really cool to find the original tools in the car that you can manually pull these tops off with, so I went ahead and moved forward with it, and I gotta say, I was very nervous removing this hard top by myself. It's quite a heavy thing, and I never suggest you do this, but I got lucky. I got it off very safely, was able to put it off to the side, and now we can move on to the reveal. Let's see what this thing looks like, or if it's even there.
Guys, I don't think this top's ever been out, possibly. I mean, there's a little wear right here, but overall this thing is really good. Now, of course, this is discolored. Very common just because of all this heat. But I think the top's going to be fully usable and nice. Little tiny, tiny rip there. We could probably patch these couple of areas. The plastic is all intact here. I mean, everything looks great. I think we got one, guys. Who knows, maybe the hydraulics will even work. We'll jump into that. I just wanted to end this video because I was very, very anxious to see what this top looked like. You never know. Somebody could have even ripped the top completely out, but we have one. It's in there, and it's in very, very good shape. Well, guys, that about does it. You guys have an awesome day, a blessed week, and I'm going to catch you on the next video.
Guys, I can't thank you enough for all the support you've given me on this channel, on this series, and bringing these type of cars back to life. Have an awesome day.